For Bravo, over Hollywood and Highland, hundreds of bike riders slowed down traffic for some sort of rally. LAPD had officers present to make sure no one got hurt, but police say they still don't know why those bicyclists were there in the first place.
Alright guys, so we're at the 4130 ride out. We got Mike Buff and the crew here as well as Craig. And it looks like we're about to get ready to do our ride out from Hollywood down to, I guess, downtown LA. Anything you want to say before we get started?
Just pretty mind-boggling. If you guys could see how many bikes are here, man. I mean, there's enough bikes here to fill like a couple of football fields.
Yeah, there's probably like 3,000 people plus here right now.
It's crazy.
It's pretty cool.
All types of bikes, small, big, everything.
Yeah. Alright, well, we'll be getting clips throughout the night, showing you guys different stuff everyone's doing.
We will. Later, we'll talk about the shirts.
Oh, yeah. There's some cool shirts we got already. Yeah, it looks
Lance
like...
gave us some shirts.
Lance, okay. Yeah, so shout out to Lance for hooking us up with some shirts and a sweatshirt, it looks like. And yeah, it looks like we're about to get started on the ride out, so I'll be showing you guys different clips and stuff throughout the night.
Look into her eyes and tell her why you would like to share her life. Walk on cobblestones and tell her you will never leave her alone. Tell her you like to catch vision, that you might just even build her a home. Break it down now. Hey out there, why are you scared? Just tell her you're all alone. If she looks away and shuts her eyes instead, then you should go separate ways. Yeah!
Oh!
Take her hand and lead her down by the riverside. Laugh and talk aloud and be alive, but never show her a doubt. Walk on cobblestones and tell her you will never leave her alone. Tell her you like to catch vision, that you might just even build a home. Break it down now. Hey out there, why are you scared? Just tell her you're all alone. If she looks away and shuts her eyes instead,
All right, guys, so we just got back last night from the 4130 ride out down in Hollywood, Los Angeles. So today's Monday. The ride out was Saturday night.
I should have a phone book to sit on because you're tall.
I think it's just...
No, you're taller than me because I'm looking at the top of your head. From now on, I should have a phone.
Well, I can see the top of your head.
I don't want to look like a little old man sitting over here.
I can slap. Yeah, so today's Monday. We got back Sunday, yesterday afternoon, and the ride out was Saturday night. So we're gonna do
Saturday night. Like, didn't leave till like 8 or 8:30, which is my bedtime.
Yeah,
but it worked out. It worked out definitely.
And I think it ended around midnight, 12:30, which is pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, so we're going to do a recap video today and just kind of cover our weekend, what we did. So Friday, we drove down from Monterey to LA, got in the later afternoon, had dinner, we just kind of chilled, got settled in. Saturday, we did some shopping with the family, and we actually met up with Molly Nordine. I think some of you guys out there know who she is. She worked at the magazine and was married to my dad.
My ex-wife.
Yep. So we spent some time with her. She's basically like family still, so we always, she comes up here and visits, and whenever we're down there, we go and get dinner and hang out. So that was really cool.
And her and Jenna, my wife, is they're best friends.
Yeah.
So
was that
I was gonna say it's a pretty good ego pump for me when they're both together. So.
God.
But whatever. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But.
Well, didn't you want to talk about? She always bakes us stuff whenever we see her, and she's really good at cooking.
I do have something to say.
Yeah.
So I was talking around the phone on the way down. This is Molly, what I'm talking about, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm testing out these cookies," and I'm like, "Oh well, life's getting rough when you're testing cookies, man. You definitely are retired." But so I didn't think nothing of it, and then the kids went out to dinner that night. I stayed in the room, ate and watched the movie. It was nice. And the cookies came back later with the kids. Well, they're not kids, but
I think they know what you mean.
I know. It's just that's how my brain works.
Cody, my brother Cody, was there, and you'll see him later in the video a little bit.
Yes. Anyways, so I finally, late at night, I got like 4 of those cookies, and I was like, holy shit, man. I kid you not, I'm kind of a chocolate chip cookie expert, I want you guys to know, and this cookie blew my mind. I was like, I didn't think, you think you've had it all, but it was really good. So I ate like 2, and I said, take those things away, because I would have killed myself that night.
Dude, that's not true. They were all gone before I even got to them.
That's bullshit.
I didn't
because I ate 2 cookies. Now, last night, this was Friday night. Last night, I went for it, and I kind of overdosed on her. She makes these apricot squares.
Yeah, those I got a good amount of, but I did not get any of the chocolate chip, which is disappointing.
I had 2, and I had 4 last night.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of apricot squares. I was like,
oh, man.
Ready to get hooked up to a heart monitor, But anyway, you're in LA, man, the way they dress, everybody goes out at night, which I used to do, but at this age, I don't do it, and it looked really foreign to me. And then we walked next door, and I'm like, hey, there's a BMX bike in there. And it was a Supreme bike. I believe it was made by S&M.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, the dropouts were thick, and there was also a 250R Honda motocross bike there. So I had to go in that store, a couple of my favorite things. We were talking to Craig from Big Bike BMX later, and he goes, yeah, that Supreme bike is $4,000. And I'm like, what? And so I went online last night, and on eBay, there's $7,500 for the Supreme bike.
It's ridiculous.
So the whole LA thing was like, it was like an experience for me, because I just am out of that whole high-end shopping or whatever that is. I don't get it. So I made like 2 stores, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to stay in the car. And then they took me back to the hotel. That was good.
Yeah. The night before, we got Sugarfish. For those of you who know what that is, that's like my favorite sushi spot.
Tell them the truth, though. Tell them what really happened.
What do you mean?
2-hour wait?
Yeah, well,
what's so bad about that? If we went
2 hours standing around?
We didn't stand around. We went and got drinks somewhere and hung out. So yeah, we went shopping, dropped off Dad at the hotel, and then we went and got some food, and then met up with my dad later that night, or it was later that afternoon, and we headed to Mike Buff's for a little get together before the ride out. And that was really cool. Saw a lot of people there.
Man, I mean, it was like, I'm not going to remember everybody, but I had some friends that I met through Mike, like, I don't know, 40 years ago. I can't remember the names.
Well, it was really cool because Mike had it set up. He had like catered food there.
I remember.
You can talk in a second. He had catered food set up. He had drinks for everyone, and his garage was all set up. It was kind of like a little like pre-game party for the ride out. And I remember a lot of the people that were there because it was my first time meeting a lot of these guys, and I've heard so much about them. But there was John Buultjens, who I met for the first time, talked to him a little bit. And we also talked about his movie that recently came out. I think it's called The Ride.
The Ride, and I think it's about his life story, which I've heard from people is fascinating. So we're going to try to watch that today. It's on Amazon.
Yep.
So check that thing out.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's got Ludacris in it too, which is cool. I met, Xavier Mendez was there, who I've met a few times. He's really cool.
Very cool.
Pete Augustine was there, who I'd met previously as well. Got to talk to him for a little bit. I met Rob Ralph for the first time, as well as his son Robbie. They were both really cool. We talked about riding for a while and just kind of kicked it. Craig was there, of course, 80s BMX Craig, and Mike Buff, who I got to meet for the second time.
Dave Volceur,
John Povah, which was really cool because I've been talking to him a little bit online.
He's from Metney's. He's the guy from Metney's.
He's the one who hooked us up with all those shoes and gear. And then Brian Blyther.
Brian Blyther walked in, man. I couldn't believe it.
He was the one who pulled up on a motorcycle, right?
He did?
I believe so, yeah.
Really? How funny.
And then we met Kat, and I forget her husband's name.
Kat, it's 85 Cadillac is her thing online.
Yeah, and I believe her brother was there as well. I forgot his name, but I talked with them for a while. They're both really cool.
And on the ride, I spent a lot of time with her husband on the ride. The coolest people. I don't remember your name. I'm sorry. I can't hear through those masks. But Kat's husband and he hung out with us. My friend Rob Ralph got a flat.
Yeah.
And Rob had his son Robbie, and then his brother Waylon, and Waylon had his two sons there. So it was like a lot of Rob's family that I've known forever. First time I met Robbie, but really cool guy. It was great to see Waylon. And I should tell him who Waylon is.
Yes.
So Waylon was like 7 or something when we dumped honey on Rob's brother Chris because he couldn't eat $10 worth of McDonald's. I told you got. And Waylon went into a frenzy, man. He was so excited to see Chris dump that honey. He's like, let's throw dog shit at him because there's dog shit all around in the yard. And so we always bring it up. We got to see Waylon and his two sons. He has 2 sons now. That's a trip.
Wow.
And it was really great to see Rob. Rob is the guy that I told you about who, great motorcycle rider, and he crashes a lot. Like, puts on his stuff 10 feet from the truck, and all of a sudden you don't hear his motorcycle. Big cloud of dust.
I think you told that story once, right?
Yeah, but it's so far down the list now they probably haven't seen it. So.
Yeah.
Were you going to tell me I'm drifting again?
No. That was good relevant info. That was good stuff.
But who else was there? Okay, John Buultjens. Oh, Steve Blackie was there, the guy that owned the Bicycle Source.
Oh, right.
He owned it after Joe, I think. But Steve Blackie is the guy that put the double cables on my General down to the 990s. We had single cable for each side. And what he did that I never even knew was he drilled a second hole in my ACS rotor. So there was 2 cables coming out of that. And I didn't put that together until someone online said, hey, there's a guy drilling 2 holes in an ACS rotor. And I'm like, wow. And then I thought about what Steve did to my bike. And I'm thinking, man, he did that like 40 years ago or 40, whatever many years ago I was on General.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, right?
Crazy.
So, good guy, man. Good guy, Steve Blackie. So Rob Ralph was at Buff's party, Keith and Dave Sigler
Yep.
were there, and Keith and I have been in touch for the last couple years or so. I've known Dave and Keith for as long as I've known Buff. I met him through Buff, but these are really cool guys. And
I got to meet them and talk to them as well for a while. They're really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great to catch up with them. It was really good to see you guys. So I saw a lot of BM. You know, it's funny. It's like I walked in, I said, "Oh my God, my favorite people in the sport." And they're all there. Everybody there except for I think Dominguez, and that was cool. And then a bunch of my old friends too. So it was really a good thing.
Oh, right, yeah. So we just hung out and talked for a while. I mean, we were there 3 hours, I think. And then about like 6:30, almost 7 o'clock, we were kind of rolling late. We headed out to Hollywood. And it was cool because our hotel was right by where the ride out started. So we just rode from our hotel, got back to our hotel, and then rode from there to the spot. I think everyone else they parked at Union Station, took the train or whatever, metro to the start, and then met up there. But we rode from our hotel to the start of the ride out.
Yep. Yeah, but here's the trip, man. We put our bikes together, and we're like, okay, let's go, you know. And we're riding. We rode, I don't know, a little bit. Come up to this area, you know, you can see all these bikes around. You're like, wow, there's a lot of people here. And then, you know, you're looking around, and you're just like going, man, it's like a sea of people. It just keeps going. And then you look behind this building, and all you could see was the top of heads of people because the building was blocking. And I'm like, oh my God, man. I mean, I thought this area was big, and this was like,
yeah, it was a massive
thousands.
parking lot. Well, I thought it was thousands too, but I heard someone say it was probably like 500
that
people.
was Craig from. Who knows? Who's going to be able to just go? I mean, what's that guy that could just see numbers and Keith? No, yeah, Keith is the human calculator. Keith and David, I was telling you about.
Oh.
He's the guy I told you about that. He used to go into bars, and you could throw out a number, and you know how one guy would try to do it on his calculator, and Keith could do it in his head faster.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's cool.
So he's a sharp dude.
Yeah, but it was sick. We got there, and it's basically just like a party with bikes and riding around. You know, everyone was smoking and drinking, hanging out. Everyone's got like massive boom boxes on their bikes.
Yeah.
And you know, I want to get lights for my bike now, so it's all lit up like that. But it was just like, I don't even know how to explain it. You know, there's people, like one guy had like 4 bikes stacked on top of each other that he's riding around, so he's like 10 feet off the ground. It was just like, I don't know, for me it was something I had never done before, which was really cool.
Oh, same for me. I mean, you got to imagine this. You can't see the end of the bikes, right?
Yeah.
And you're going down these main streets, like I don't even remember the names, but whatever the main streets are in L.A.
Well, we started on Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hollywood Boulevard. And, you know, it's the streets that have those stars, the Walk of Fame or whatever. And we own that street. I mean, we go through the red lights.
Yeah.
There's a guy standing there. The city knows that we're going to be there. And you're just pedaling downtown. Well, this is late at night when everybody's partying and going out to the clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's people on the sidewalk screaming and cars honking. It's like...
The
man.
cops can't even do anything. They just sit there and watch. It's funny.
And the camaraderie between everybody is... It's just... Everybody's cool. There's no, like, sides or this or that. Or,
No.
There's no black, white, yellow, nothing. It's just like we all have this common thing.
Yep.
And it's just...
Guys doing crazy tricks too, or wheelies and riding backwards down steep hills. It was cool.
And this guy, I hope I said this right, Tricky Rick. He had this like Stevie Ray Vaughan hat on. He's riding a 20 inch. He did a surfer on the seat and handlebars, and I mean, he came down a steep parking lot, hit the driveway, the gutter, made a hard turn. This is in the middle of all these people.
Yeah, he was like
while
weaving
standing
through
on
the
his
whole
bike.
crowd. That was crazy.
Man, I was like, I saw a girl do a surfer on a Mike Buff Fat Ripper.
Oh yeah,
down a hill.
Yeah,
down a hill.
They're crazy.
Tiny little girl. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, they're nuts.
But it's like you're just riding. I think I did maybe 2 wheelies for maybe 10 feet because I was getting tired. But you're just riding and talking to people, you know. And there's music and there's so much action going on.
Yeah.
And you just, it's
It's just fun to watch too.
It's
seeing everyone riding around and stuff. It's cool. It's like a show or an event almost, a big event.
Yeah, and then I was riding, and Craig, who always has all the tools and everything, and he has these special pumps, left it all at Mike Buff's because he was staying at Mike Buff.
Shit.
So he got a bunch of flats, and he got them fixed somehow, and he pulled up next to me. I'm like, how do you get all those flats?
He got 3 different flats on this one ride out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So he's telling me about the flats, and all of a sudden my tire starts making these weird noises. I'm like looking down, like, oh crap. And then I look back, and it was Mike Buff with a big smile on his face. He's just rubbing my back tire.
That's fun.
So I ran into Mike like twice on the ride. I saw Xavier, John Buultjens. Did I say it right? Buultjens?
Buultjens,
Buultjens.
Povah. I saw Povah a few times.
You did?
Yeah. Cruising. I think he was on a 20-inch too. And like, I mean, we rode from Hollywood, like, you know, TLC or TCL Theater, the Chinese theater, whatever, all the way to downtown. Like, we went around the Staples Center a couple times, all throughout, like, Skid Row and the downtown area. I think we were even on, like, the east side a little bit. And then ended at Union Station. But that was really cool riding through, like, Figueroa by Staples Center in the middle of the night. It was like, that was probably like 11 p.m. That was really cool. It was trippy doing that.
I didn't even see the Staples Center. I was there were so many things to watch with all these different sized bikes and lights and guys doing wheelies, and
Yeah.
I mean, there's girls there that ride, husband and wives that ride. I mean, it's like
I saw some little
young
kids
guys.
too.
Yeah, little kids.
Yeah.
8 years old, you know.
And one thing I was gonna say that I thought was really cool, there were some people who weren't happy about it, like the cars, you know, them pissed off people, but I would say like 95% of the people we encountered were like cheering us on, like, you know, like videotaping, and they were all just like really excited just to see it happening. It was like they were all getting pumped up about it, which was really cool to see.
Yeah, you can, I mean, like I've always told you guys, those, like that Mike Buff bike with the colors that he likes and those big fat stupid looking tires, I was like, what are they doing, you know? He goes, yeah, I go riding with my friends. I'm like, but man, now I get it. I get the whole thing. I like the colors.
Yeah.
Guys, a lot of guys wear jerseys and they have like clubs that they ride in.
Oh yeah, that was cool. The
Yeah.
big bike BMX jerseys are cool too.
And the guy was Lance Sampson, right?
Oh yeah. So you got the shirt on, or the sweatshirt.
This guy walks up with a guitar case on his back, and he's got an antenna.
Let me get the spider off the camera.
This guy walks up with a camera and a guitar bag on his back with this. It looked like a light or something, like 5 feet above the bag, and it looked like an alien or something. I'm like, and then Dylan told me that's the flash for his camera, and I'm like, oh, okay. But he introduced himself. His name was Lance Sampson, and he gave me the shirt.
Yeah.
Gave me 2 of them, one for me and one for my wife. Dylan's going to get his later. Oh, I think he took it, actually.
If it fits.
And he had a Mike Buff one.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just a really cool guy, man. Just a lot of, you know, you guys got to go on, just go on one ride. I don't care if you're on your, you know, in a shopping cart. Just go on a ride. Just check this stuff out, man. Even if it's totally worth. I can see basing your vacation on it.
Yeah,
flying
definitely.
And being the highlight of your vacation.
They have like a 3-day ride out coming up where they start in Santa Monica, and I think it ends in Huntington Beach. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's obviously a vacation in itself.
Here's one that was weird. I mean, I was just sitting here watching this unfold. It was towards the end of the ride, and my friend Rob had a blowout. And so he starts taking his bike apart, and all of a sudden there's these guys there, and the ride was gone. We couldn't even see the bikes anymore. These guys showed up with, like, you know, city worker shirts on, and they had medical equipment, tire pumps, they had everything.
Yeah.
And
cool.
And they just took over and started helping him fix his bike. And I asked them, I said, are you guys hired by the city? And they're like, yeah, we're here from the city, has them there. They're at the end of the road to keep everybody organized, and if anybody gets a flat, they're there. And LA was aware of this ride, the city, and you know, let it happen, which is
Yeah,
Really
pretty cool. Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing to watch see all that happen and have people there in case something happens, you know.
Yeah. So one last thing I wanted to talk about was the first stop I think it was we made was in this like parking garage area, and there was like the entry to the parking garage was like this super steep hill going up. So of course once we get there and everyone stops, all the riders start going to the top and they're doing wheelies and all these crazy tricks coming down. I mean, they had to be going like 30 miles an hour. It was a steep hill.
They would cross that street.
Yeah, and they were booking it. But it was really funny because one of the people who lived there, one of the residents, got really pissed off that they were doing that, and so he came out and he's like yelling at them, and he starts forming a line at the entry to the parking garage so no one can ride in, and he's like trying to recruit other residences at the building to like help him. They've got like these signs that they've set up, and like the riders just plowed through the signs, kept going. It was pretty funny. But yeah, I got a lot of good footage of that you guys saw in there.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's kind of their show, you know, no big deal, right? And so that happened. But don't, you know, these guys, riders are cool. They're not like, you know, wrecking havoc on anything or nothing like that. They just wanted to use the hill to do some wheelies.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And somebody disagreed, but Rob's tires problem went on for a while, and the bike thing was gone, and my wife and I are like, man, we have no idea where we're at. And my brain was like, I was getting tired. It was way past my bedtime. So we hung out with them and, you know, made sure they, you know, just tried to help as much as we could. It was Robbie and Rob that took care of the bike problems that they had. We get back to this parking lot, and they got cars, right? And so we're like, we get in this line, and we think we're buying a ticket to get on this train, which we have no idea. And everybody's like, oh, you get on this train, you go here, there's like 7 stops, and we're not hearing it. So we stood in this line for like 20 minutes. It turned out to be a line to pay for your ticket to get out of the parking lot. And we're like, oh, this isn't the Red Line or the Metro or whatever that train is. And they're like, no, you got to go down there all the way around, make a left down here, and something, you know. And we're just like, oh my God, there's no way. I mean, our brains were done. So we meet this guy at the front. And he goes, yeah, just go through the gates, go inside, get on the train. And Dylan and Cody they were with the main ride, you know, and we had left the ride. We were away from that ride for like an hour.
Yeah.
We finally get on the train, and all of a sudden there's bikes all over the train, and Cody and Dylan are right there at the same door we walked in.
Yeah, that was weird.
A foot from us.
Yeah, that was funny.
Your mother got worked on that train.
Oh yeah, she lets go of the rail right as the thing takes off, and she flew into like someone's bike.
She crashed she got ran into, crashed, people were hitting her tires. She was like a magnet for problems. And she made it, man. I mean, she kept going on the ride, and that was pretty cool. But on the train, and then Dylan goes, hey, why don't you come sit down? Because she was like, every time it took off, she was crashing both ways. And so the train took off on her way to the seat. She fell backwards on her own bike. Finally got to the seat, and it was like a comedy show the whole ride.
Yeah, she was a mess.
All I can tell you guys is just go on one, man. Just go on one before just go on one. It's it'll blow your freaking mind.
Yeah. And it's weird riding down the middle of the street and all these like famous spots in LA and just places you'd never think you'd be riding your bike.
Yeah, right.
It's trippy.
Yeah, and we owned like one side of the street. We owned that whole street, man.
Really, both sides.
All the cars waited and everything. We're just cruising through. And if you're into custom bikes, it's custom bike overload.
Yeah,
man. I was looking at all these bikes, and every bike I looked at had something handmade or trick on it, and
it's really like a car meet or something, you know, except for with bikes, and then you go on a ride. You know, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Check everybody's bikes out. I mean, everyone wants to socialize. You know, it's not like everyone's just like in their own little groups and they're not talking. Everyone's just kind of hanging out like friends.
Definitely. I mean, man, SE dominated. Todd Lyons. I was hoping I haven't seen Todd in a long time. I was hoping he was going to be there because he's kind of the big ringleader of all this stuff from what I understand. And he wasn't there. But, man, you could see what he's accomplished.
Oh, yeah.
And, man...
Easily 95% of the bikes are SEs.
Yeah. And
maybe
bikes you've
more.
never even heard of, man. I mean, this is like my brain was. I was just like, should have taken notes, but
Yeah.
it's too much almost.
Yeah.
Santa Cruz has one once a week.
Yeah, I think.
We're gonna go check that one.
Yeah, Wednesday nights. It's like the Santa Cruz Maniacs or something, I think they're called.
Yeah.
But they have like a Wednesday night ride we're going to check out soon.
And you just sit there and cruise, man. I'm the whole time just sitting down pedaling. I'm not doing tricks, not doing wheelies. It's just mellow. No one asks you. That was another one. No one goes, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? You know, like usually when I used to be at shows a long time ago,
Yeah.
you know, I was always, oh, yeah, you know, it was a thing. But now I'm older and I don't want to do that stuff. I mean, I like doing it on my own time or with a few friends, but
Well, for me, like, and I said this about the last ride out, but seeing everyone who's really good at doing it, it kind of helped push me, because I feel like, again, I got better at wheelies over this ride out. Just watching everyone doing it, seeing what they're doing, and then trying it myself. So that was really cool, too.
yeah, it was like a kid in a candy store when Dylan
Yeah.
showed up. He left us, you know, me, Cody, and Jenna were standing. He just stood up on his bike. He's riding around, checking things out, doing wheelies and stuff, you know, like
It's
I
just
was kind
like,
of embarrassed to try to do a wheelie in front of all those guys, and he's just going for it, you know.
yeah. Well, it was just like something I'd never seen before, so I was pretty amped. Yeah, so I mean, I guess that's pretty much our recap for the 4130 Hollywood ride out, which I don't know how frequent it is, but I know it's more than once a year. So definitely check them out on Instagram, 4130 ride out.
Wasn't this one based on BMX Day or something like that? Mike Buff
I'm
says
not
BMX
sure.
Day.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
And this other guy that I talked to said the ride's getting bigger every year.
Yeah, I can imagine. Big time, yeah.
And then Craig from Big Bike BMX, check those guys out, Craig and Isaac at Big Bike BMX. They have great interviews.
Yeah, their show is great.
Yeah, they said, Craig said, yeah, this is huge, but he goes, I've been on ones that are like 3 times his size. I can't even
Yeah.
imagine what that would be like. I think my head would just pop.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be crazy. All right, guys, so I guess that wraps up our recap of the 4130 Hollywood ride out. Hopefully we will be on another cool ride out soon, and we'll videotape that as well for you guys. Just want to say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys want to, or if you like the video. And anything else you wanted to say?
If you don't, we don't want you.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. Did you get all your stuff in that you need to get?
Yep.
All right, so you guys have a good one. I'm recovering from my little crash in the garage. I'm feeling better, so we're going to start getting back into it again. We're going to try to ride today, in fact. So
Yeah, we're going to try and do like a how-to video on one of the big bikes. Oh, one more thing though before I do go. We do have now the Look Back t-shirt in double XL in stock. I think we have maybe about 15 shirts left, so be sure to check out our store if you're looking for the double XL.
And I want a white one. I want a white shirt and reverse the colors out.
Yeah.
To look back, I think that would be...
Well, we're working on a new design with Shay Snow. For those of you guys who know him, we're working on a new shirt design. And once we have that ready, we're going to put it up to show you guys. And we're thinking we might do like a pre-order for the shirt so we can have multiple colors available, as well as like any size that you guys want, like all the way up to like 5XL if necessary. So we'll do a pre-order, and then once we have your guys' orders, we'll put them in and get the shirts out to you. All right, well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
You guys have a good one.
Finally, I like to see your